Number 3, Addie McElvain. Number 4, Lydia Keller. Number 8, Balin Ulrich. Number 11, Malia Hollenbeck. Number 13, Elise Berry. Number 14, Alex McIntosh. Number 17, Nevaeh Weber. Your assistant coaches, Kara Linnenkamp, Blake Wilson, Kayla Norton, Ella Cook, and Tatum Gertz. Now here's your starting lineup. For the Clear Creek Amana Clippers, leading off, playing center field, number 18, Elizabeth Timmerman. Batting second at third base, number 7, Bruno Williams.
Good afternoon and welcome to Channel Seeds Field at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge, Iowa. Home of the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. John Schaefer alongside Joanna Settles. And in just a moment, we'll have the matchup between Clear Creek Amana and North Polk right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. They're getting through the starting lineups right now. Let's turn it over to Tim Fitzpatrick.
Batting in the ninth position, the right fielder, number 21, Hayden Frost. Your flex player doing the pitching, number 10, Kinley McElvain. Head coaches for the Clippers, Reed Kohlberg and Sammy Moss. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you our umpires assigned to this contest by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. At first base, Derek Matlock. At third base, Jason Lewis. And calling the balls and strikes this afternoon, Jeff Foster. All right, who's ready for state tournament softball?
A reminder, you're watching the 2026 Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. As sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to champion our youth and all they have to offer Iowa's future. And a beautiful, pristine day in Fort Dodge. 4A softball has been certainly entertaining in every bit of the aspect. From game one with Burlington edging out Winterset 1-0. Our last one, a seventh-inning walk-off thriller. ADM advancing over Western Dubuque 6-5. We're back in the elimination bracket. And once again, Clear Creek Amana taking on North Polk. The Clippers fell to Fort Dodge last night, 12-2. North Polk lost a nail-biter against Carlisle 3-2. Neither wants to go home. Joanna Settles. You saw both these teams play yesterday. What should we expect this afternoon?
This will be a great game. Both fantastic squads, but Fort Dodge just too much to handle for the Clippers yesterday. That was a tough matchup for them. And then the North Polk Carlisle game could have gone either way. It was the rubber match, 1-1 in the regular season. They're both Raccoon River, great teams, and it was Carlisle that pulled away barely to defeat North Polk yesterday.
Kinley McElvain will step into the circle for CCA. Just an 8th grader. Her 21st appearance, though, this season, has thrown 106-plus innings, 25 earned runs given up, just a 1.65 ERA. A big spot here for an 8th grader to step into.
It sure is, and you can't do that without a great defense behind her, and that's what their co-head coach, Moss, talks about with such a fantastic defense behind her, giving her confidence in the circle.
On the other side, it'll be Mallory Bird today, the sophomore for North Polk. 32 appearances, 150 innings pitched, a 2.83 ERA, 53 strikeouts on the season. Both these pitchers going to be called upon. And then if you're North Polk, a win tonight, or a win here, sets you up for a 10-15 game tomorrow against the loser between Carlisle and Fort Dodge later this afternoon.
Right, so these brackets, it's a thicker book that we have this year with all these brackets with the double elimination this year. And right away, you can see the pressure that North Polk wants to put on the defense of Clear Creek Amana. Coming out with a slap, you bring in the defense, both the corners, first and third base, coming to attack a bunt.
Maddie Cleaver up, took ball one with that show of a bunt. McElvain delivers, the bunt goes off the barrel, and a 1-1 count here to Cleaver. Again, yesterday, Clear Creek Amana got hit around quite a bit on in the first inning, and that kind of set the tempo against Fort Dodge, looking for a cleaner start here with Kylie McElvain.
Right, Fort Dodge scored 4 runs in that first inning, and that was too much to overcome.
A swing and a miss. Great pitch by Kinley McIlvaine. Gets strike 2 and a 1-2 count to Cleaver here in the first at-bat of today's contest. Again, the 4A games all here on Channel Seeds Field in Fort Dodge on the Rogers Sports Complex. The 1-2 on the way, missing just a hair outside. Brings it to 2-2. North Polk, state runner-up last year, fell to Pella on what was a Cinderella run by the Dutch.
Cinderpella run. Correct. With Emma Ecoff, the all-tournament team captain. They ended up beating Carlisle on the road to state 1-0. Emma Ecoff led off in that game with her first at-bat was a home run, and they won 1-0. So an incredible run by Pella last year.
Certainly this North Polk squad hungry to get back, coached by Addie Ostendorf. A swing and a miss, and Cleaver will sit down. An opening strikeout for McIlvaine. And we are 1 out into this contest in Class 4A. Brings up Ava Kadelka. She'll be playing out in left for this Comet squad. On deck, Alex Mulkey, the shortstop for North Polk. Certainly this Comets team motivated by last year's runner-up finish. Not the start they wanted to this tournament, but again, a tightly contested game. I think you said it in the broadcast last night with Trent that you thought the winner of that one between Carlisle and North Polk could be the team that wins it all.
Well, you have to look at the history of those teams, state champions in recent years, and the coaching experience, Coach Flaws at Carlisle. So, and that conference, the Raccoon River Conference, they have 4 teams here in Class 4A competing this week. So they are battle tested.
We sit with a 2-0 count here. Swing and a miss by Kadelka. It's a nice answer back from McIlvaine with some heat high in the zone. A 2-1 with 1 down. Another nice pitch. Gets Kadelka to fan at it. And Kinley McIlvaine showing no nerves here to start this one off as just an 8th grader, again going into her freshman year. Kadelka fights it off, 2-2 count.
The defense of the Clippers staying pretty deep on Kadelka.
2-2 on the way once again. That one's up and away. Kadelka's worked it to a full count. Again, Mulkey, then Lucas, and Lincoln all due up. The payoff popped up. Camping out under it is Nash. Coming over, and it bounds fair. They're going to call foul ball because I think it bounced still in front of the first base. An interesting call. I couldn't tell if it was booted. And we're going to get a discussion here as Coach Ostendorf comes over.
This is where you want to challenge it, right? I want my challenge card.
Yeah.
This isn't the college
if
level.
If we can get a replay on it, I'd be curious. But that one was certainly an odd bounce.
Well, it was an odd one in the air as well because that obviously is going to be the first baseman's ball. It looked like it was going to second base, and then it landed in front of where the first baseman is even playing right now.
So Kadelka steps back into the box, a swing and a miss. It's a drop, third strike, throw down, no problem. For out number 2, back-to-back strikeouts to start this game for Kinley McIlvaine. Alex Mulkey now. And again, just a little bit of an oddity to get this game going. With that second at-bat, Alex Mulkey now. Delivers, and it's fouled back. Mulkey this season batting .445, 5 home runs, 36 RBIs this season, has an 0-1 count. Shows bunt, pulls back, and she'll lay off that down in the zone.
McElvain very much in control of the circle at this point.
Again, a 1-1 count with 2 down. That's hit hard out into left, and we have our first base runner of the day as Mulkey's single with 2 outs puts her aboard.
She ripped that one. Hit right on the barrel of her bat, drove it over the shortstop's head for a nice base hit.
Brings up Audrey Lucas. She'll be behind the dish today for the Comets. That's well outside of the zone, and keeping a close eye on Mulkey is Clapperich. Brings us a 1-0 count here. That stays up in the zone. A 2-0 count here to catcher Audrey Lucas. Caroline Clapperich catching behind the plate for McElvain. 2-0. That's across the zone for a strike, and a 2-1 count now to Lucas, and a nice answer back from McElvain after a couple balls.
Well, you assume that one's going to be in range.
So a 2-1, still a hitter's count here for Lucas. She slaps it over to the third base side, fielded cleanly, throw across Lincoln to Dillinger. Dillinger in time for out number 3. 1 left on base. No runs on 1 hit. We are scoreless going to the home half of 1 Clear Creek. Amana due up.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
We've had a look at North Polk offensively. Defensively, it'll be Mallory Bird stepping into the circle, and she'll face off with Elizabeth Timmerman to lead off the home half of 1 in this elimination game of the 4A bracket. Still waiting on our first home run of this Tuesday on the 4A field. Yesterday we had 8. It's shifted a bit.
For sure. This is game 3 today, and we haven't had 1, but it's time.
It is. Both teams have the ability to hit the ball hard out there, and it'll be Elizabeth Timmerman to lead things off. This season, Timmerman batting .385. 3 home runs on the docket. Takes ball 1. Mallory Bird in the circle. Audrey Lucas behind the dish. And the 1-0 on the way. That'll find the zone. A 1-1 count here. And again, seeing both these, I'd expect to see the same thing from CCA here, but patience at the plate, make your pitcher find the zone early, get some pitches out of their arm, and get used to their speed.
Right, that's a big task always by Elizabeth Timmerman, but she does that so well. Here she is with this early 2-1 count.
She does have 15 walks this season as well. That's one thing that stands out with this Clear Creek Amana team. A lot of walks drawn, a lot of patience at the plate. As that ball's roped out into left, and the leadoff batter is on base for the Clippers.
That base hit just feels good if you're Timmerman.
Base hit to left. That'll bring up third baseman number 7, Brenna Williams.
Brenna Williams, third baseman for this Clippers team, now steps into the box. Williams this season, 366 batting average, 23 RBIs, 33 walks. There you go. Patience at the plate.
Yes.
For the 2-hole hitter who took ball 1.
Right, that was outside too far.
She'll stay away from that, but it does paint the corner, a 1-1 count. So we've had a pitcher's duel today. We've had just a great back-and-forth hit fest. I think this one could land somewhere on either side of that spectrum.
I'd also call that game a bottom of the 7th rally.
Absolutely. As there's an offering from Williams. And if you missed it, ADM was down 2 to Western Dubuque. Rallies off a couple of runs and then a big hit late in that one to walk it off with 2 outs. It was a great one. Expecting more of the same here as that ball stays out of the zone. And for ADM, it was Ellis Smith, that senior shortstop, who had the clutch hit to walk it off 6-5. Meanwhile, these two teams, neither wanting to go home after this one, as it's fouled back to the bleachers. A good battle once again with the 2-2 count from Brenna Williams. Great fan bases from both squads here. A little bit shorter drive if you're a North Polk fan. 2-2 on the way from Bird. Fouled off once again, and Williams doing a good job to at least sit back on it, not get caught out in front on the changeup.
Yeah, Brenna really knows how to work the count, how to protect the plate, and anything close, she's swinging at it. And how about Mallory Bird?
So we'll dial up the 2-2 once again. That one fired right back at Bird. Bird can't field it in the air. She picks it up, throws it over, and gets the first out of the day for North Polk. A 1-3 put out, but Timmerman does advance to second.
She does again. You do your job advancing your runner, but it's a nice pickup by first baseman Tessa Dillinger on that.
Absolutely. And Bird this season, 53 strikeouts, a 2.83 ERA. Has the best ERA out of the 3 pitchers on this roster for the Comets. She misses outside there to Schulte. Kayla Schulte this season out in left field. You'll hear a couple Schultes. I'm sorry, Kyla Schulte, a senior, batting .509. That's up there with your territory from your playing days, Joanna Settles.
Well, sure. At state, it was very high, but
a .509 batting average is just reliability you can count on.
It is, and Coach speaks so highly of the leadership of Kyla Schulte.
Schulte lays off of it, has worked a 3-0 count here, and Lizzie Passbrigg waits on deck. The cleanup hitter is not one you want to toy around with. Passbrigg this season, 2 home runs, a 3-0. She was taken the whole way, and she'll take her trip down to first as well with the walk. Passbrigg, 11 doubles, 33 RBIs, a team high. Well, I'll take that back. Kyla Schulte leads the team with 74 RBIs.
Yeah, her RBIs are phenomenal, and not a terrible walk. You don't want to walk anyone. Maybe you want to walk Schulte.
You keep the force out at any bag now in play, and Passbrigg takes a strike. Carly Nash waits on deck. That one will skip in. Nice job keeping it in front of her for Audrey Lucas.
It's a big jump on first base by Schulte, but Lucas is not even looking to pick her off.
That shot over to second. Chance to twist it up for the Comets. There's one in. That's off the dome and out of play. And that will plate a run for Clear Creek Amana. Just a bit of an odd play there. Not really sure how to sum it up other than that, as it goes off the noggin of Passbrigg as she's running down to first on the attempted double play. And Timmerman will come in to score.
Yeah, Phelan did a nice job fielding the ball as a second baseman, and a nice shuffle pass there to get the out at second base. Then, when they turned two, that's when the throw was off.
They got Schulte. Another look at it, the twist up, and they checked on Passbrigg. So there are 2 outs. North Polk nearly out of that inning. But the throwing error does lead to a run, and Passbrigg stands at second after getting the free advancement. A lot happening there. We can't dwell on it because Carly Nash is in the box. Fouls that off. Carly Nash, just a junior. 127 at-bats, only struck out 4 times this season. She'll ground that to short. Picked cleanly, throw across with some pace by Mulkey. That'll end the inning, but one gets left on base. A run comes across, and there's 1 hit, 1 walk to show in that inning. The Clippers lead going to the top of 2 here on Channel Seeds Field on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Hey, Frank. Oh, it looks like you spilled some grease.
Grills are multiplying and you need flavor that's bold.
There's nothing left for you to do
but to go to Fairway, your dream for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, you better stake up. Fairway and meat go hand in hand.
This dream is meant for you and me.
Poultry, pork, and beef, your home for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed.
Fairway, it's the one you need.
We're back. A 1-0 lead for Clear Creek Amana through an inning of play. And a lot of credit thus far for the 8th grader in Kinley McIlvain. 2 strikeouts in her first inning of action here at the state tournament. It's Harper Lincoln, third baseman for the Comets, leading things off. That ball blooped and drifting over. This one Nash has no problem with. Second time she's hunted down a little blooper. This one, though, into the mid.
Right, it was not near as high, so the wind couldn't affect it as much as it did earlier.
Wind blowing sternly off of the center field fence out of the north today. Yesterday, Fort Dodge was fortunate to dodge all the weather that moved through the state. I know it kind of built up just south of here and east of here as that's fouled off by Tessa Dillinger. You guys certainly got a good look at that weather as it kind of built up over here. It got a little dark just out east, but no rain to speak of in Fort Dodge.
No, it was just hot. Yesterday was so hot. Even well into the evening, it was very hot.
Today, might even want a little long sleeve pullover if you're sitting in the shade.
Yeah, it's actually a really nice day to sit in the sun, which is not a normal thing to say in July.
Normally you're fighting the dust and the heat at the state tournament. A swing and a miss by Dillinger and a 1-2 count. Some heat from McIlvain, and she's found a groove.
That's her money pitch right there.
McIlvain sets, delivers. She'll work up and away from Dillinger, and that's a good throwaway pitch.
It is with that 1-2 count. Trying to stretch the zone there a bit and see if she'll chase it. This lefty here with Dillinger.
Tessa Dillinger sits with a 2-2 count. And it's on the way. Fouls it off. Back to the screen once again. Dillinger this season, a senior, her final season in a Comets uniform. 8 walks, .373 batting average, 16 RBIs. Looped back and out of play. Look out to Elijah, our camera operator over there. Didn't even make a play on it. Tim Fitzpatrick disappointed, our PA announcer. Really sad.
Dillinger behind this ball a bit, so you can see Kyla Schulte in left field hugging the foul line.
And right on cue, Schulte on her horse. It falls just in front of her. It's one of those, I see you. Oh, you want to lay out for it so bad.
She had a good jump on it.
She did. It was good hustle by Schulte. And again, that's one of those where it is close to the foul line, and so if you dive for it and miss it, could get past you if it stays fair, but no less, the AB stays alive for Tessa Dillinger with a 2-2 count. Still will rewind it back. Off the hands, coming in and laying out for it, a little out of the reach of Williams. And Dillinger will trot back to the batter's box. A really long at-bat here for Dillinger as she fights.
She sure does, but how about the effort there by Brenna Williams, the third baseman for the Clippers, going all out, getting her jersey fully dirty. Almost got the out there with that catch.
McIlvain deals the 2-2 once again, and another foul ball. Reese Smithy, the designated player, waits on deck.
You can see the umpire getting more balls as they keep going into the stands.
Shout out to our umpiring crews once again. No need for the hydration breaks today for them. A little more comfortable in the dark umpire uniforms, and we'll need another one. I had it, but there's a net in my way, so
you were going to catch it. I knew
couldn't quite corral it. Fans encouraged to return those foul balls.
McIlvain versus Dillinger right here.
And the changeup stays up around the eyes. Ball 3, and we have a full count now.
Yes, she had one to give. A good idea with that off-speed pitch.
Tessa Dillinger continues to fight, as does McIlvain. After a very short at-bat for Harper Lincoln before flying out to second. Another foul ball, and another one that will have to be brought back into play.
And whoever ran after that ball already had 2 in his hand. So that's number 3 foul balls as he waits. He's having a lot of fun. More action by the fans than on the field right now.
Just 2 hits so far in this game between the two teams. The payoff. Up and in. Dillinger earns herself a trip down to first base. That's a hard-fought win for Dillinger.
Sure was. What patience. She used that count, fouled off quite a few balls, finds herself on first base.
Reese Smithy, the designated player, due up. Smithy, a sophomore, .242 batting average. Leah Muth now on deck as Dillinger sits at first. Showing bunt, pulls back. And a hard hit ball out into left. That's going to find the mitt. Schulte, right place, right time. Dillinger has to make her way back to first. And that looked hazardous from Smithy. But Schulte handles it nicely.
Those are your at-bats that feel so good. That was a great hit. She drove through that pitch, and sometimes the outfielders have a good jump on it, and Schulte right there with a big catch.
Again, still waiting on the first home run of Tuesday on Channel Seeds Field. So Smithy flies out. That brings up Leah Muth, the righty. 224 batting average. She hits that one high and hard. That's going back, and kiss it goodbye. Leah Muth, a 2-run moonshot. Dillinger comes in with it, and North Polk takes the lead.
And that home run measured at 230 feet by Lakeland Farms laser-guided drone system.
230 feet unofficial. An estimation by the scorekeepers, but there's our first home run of the day on the Channel Seeds field.
It was about time, and Leah Muth just crushed that ball. It's also fun when there's somebody on base. All of it started by the patient and meticulous at bat by Tessa Dillinger, waiting pitch after pitch, fouling everything off, finally getting the walk for the 2-run home run by Leah Muth to put them up 2-0 for North Polk.
Ava Fjelland going to try and keep the rally going now with 2 outs. A lefty is the second baseman for this Comets team. Comets in all white and the pinstripes. Clear Creek Amana in the blue-trimmed all-white uniform in the field currently, also pinstripes. Fjelland pulls back the bunt for ball 1. I believe that was the first pitch Leah Muth saw out of the hand of McIlvaine, too, unless my count was wrong.
Yep. That's a great job of being aggressive against this great pitcher here in McIlvaine.
Fjelland pops it up. Williams will haul it in, and out number 3, but not before a 2-run jack. 1 hit, 2 runs, none left on base. It's a 2-1 Comets lead as we go to the home half of 2 on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Whether you volunteer or hang with friends, play pickleball, read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
So we sit 2-1, North Polk leading Clear Creek Amana. Carolyn Klapperich due up the catcher. Klapperich, a sophomore, 3.57 batting average. 10 doubles and 23 RBIs for Caroline. She'll ground that over to third. Nice play, Lincoln to Dillinger for out number 1. Charlotte Trevino, designated player. You know, both teams in pinstripes today, but a little bit easier to tell the difference between the unis compared to that Carlisle Comets game you had yesterday.
they were almost the exact same uniform. Red socks. There was just a hint of gold on the sleeve of Carlisle.
Both have had that script as well across their chests, so it can be tough at times as Trevino swings and misses. Great off-speed stuff from Bird there.
She's keeping Trevino thinking here.
Wouldn't be shocked to see her come back with some speed. That stays up in the zone for a 2-1 count. Again, it's win or go home for these two clubs. That'll skip down in the dirt. 3-1. Trevino laying off that one. Mallory Bird. Trying to work through a clean second inning here. Bird sees that one struck well by Trevino. Trevino's on base with the single out into left.
Yeah, that's a nice piece of hitting there for Trevino. Patient, she was aggressive in her at-bat, and then gets a nice hit to left field.
Second hit of the day for the Clippers sees Kinsey Schulte now. Shortstop, step in. Kinsey will stay away from that first pitch, up and away. Kinsey, a sophomore. 2.83 on the year at the dish. There's a strike from Bird across the heart of the plate. Corners a bit standard right now for this Comets team. I'd say the infield or middle infielder is playing a little deep as that's hit right back to Bird. Bird fields and throws over to Dillinger, out number 2.
That hit a dead spot on her bat. It didn't bounce off at all. It just dribbled there to the pitcher.
It's a helpless feeling as a hitter.
But you always have to run through that first base because you never know what can happen. So you definitely don't want to jog even on those little dribblers.
Well, if you're familiar with Class 4A, there's a team that runs out literally every ball that's hit, and that's in Carlisle. Coach Flaws has his girls run out every foul ball, certainly for that reason of having that mindset of you never know where the ball could bound.
Right, and I mean, first basemen miss the ball sometimes, and I've seen what happens if they don't run through first base. It's just a good technique because you want to be full speed going through that first base and make it, you know, we call it a 50-50 ball in basketball, but there's close plays, and if you're full speed, you have a better chance of being safe on first.
Hayden Frost, 9-hole hitter, right fielder, steps in and takes strike 1 inside. Trevino sits at second. Forgot to mention she did advance on the 1-3 putout from Schulte. That ball looped right back to Bird, and Bird fields a soft little looper for out number 3, and that will be no hits or no runs on 1 hit and 1 left on base as we go to the top of 3 with the Comets in front of the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Class 4A, bracket of opportunity, as our friend Trent Condon calls it. We'll call it the elimination side right now as well. Both teams trying to stave off elimination, and the Comets got a big boost in the second with the 2-run yak by Leah Muth. And now they circle back to the top of the lineup. Maddie Cleaver, who went down swinging in the first inning. Cleaver shows bunt and pulls it back for ball one. Wind's picked up a little bit, although it, again, didn't seem to hinder Muth's hit at all as that pierced through that 17-mile-an-hour wind out of the north. Busy week across the state of Iowa. Not only do we have state softball, but state baseball going on, as well as Ragbri working their way across the state of Iowa.
I know yesterday was a tough day for the Bikers. I'm hoping today, I don't know, the wind is a different factor than the sun from yesterday.
Basically going northeast out of Guthrie up to Boone today. Then they'll work their way Boone to Marshalltown tomorrow.
May the wind beat your back.
I think that was the chatter on the Ragbri pages, was the wind was going to be out of the east early in the week, and it's always like, as if it's not hard enough. I believe the 10th hilliest Ragbri ride in its history, although it's a shorter ride this year. The hills will still bite back at you. That ball shot through the left side. You ever done Ragbri, Joanna?
I have not.
Okay.
I bike just a little bit. It's so much fun to do.
It is.
But it's usually softball season.
Yes, exactly. I did the 50th ride, and I think they had close to 50,000 people out for it that year, and it's the only time I've ever done it. I can say I did it, and I probably will never do it again.
Okay, what were some of your favorite things about it, though?
It gives you such an appreciation for the state of Iowa, all the great communities across the state you ride through. As a swing and a miss, strike three, as Cleaver goes down swinging for the second time today. 3 strikeouts thus far for McIlvain. But again, it gives you an appreciation for these small communities, just what they bring, the hospitality, the great people along the ride. I got some help from the Air Force crew that always rides annually, and they helped me fix a flat tube. And so, again, great people, great food, great festivities. It's quite the sight. I encourage anybody to give it a whirl, even just for a day. It's a fun time.
Or the last day to dip that tire.
Yes, exactly.
Dip that tire in the Mississippi River.
Well, and it was a fun one, too. We rode through Des Moines, obviously, so my kids were able to spot me on the route, and we stopped off at home for a quick meal. And, you know, again, it's not the easiest feat, especially with some of that heat that's out there in Iowa in that time of year, but a cool experience no less. One of the great parts of what makes Iowa unique.
Back to a 1-1 count here with 1 out. Little try with that rise ball that went too high.
McIlvain, a few strikeouts this afternoon. Pulls the bump back, does Kudelka. Nearly catches her across the stomach.
And that was too hot to handle there for Klepperich.
It's tough. Anytime it gets in on the body, you're a little worried about the deflection.
But nobody's on, so the Clippers are fine.
Again, Kudelka this season, 108 plate appearances, .398 batting average. She pops that one up, and with some room to spare, gets dropped by pass break. That's a tough play to make along the fence line there.
It is. What you want to do, though, is you want to find that fence first. Yes, That's my dad talking to me. I was a first baseman, right? You got to find the fence, and come back and get it, because that's a catchable ball.
Certainly don't want to extend the at-bat for Ava Kudelka. Worked a full count, her first plate appearance before going down, swinging once again. Kudelka lays off, and look at that, another full count with 1 out here in the third. Kudelka shows bunt, pulls back. Makes a little contact, and he'll flare it foul. And the at-bat continues. Again, win this one, and you have a date with Western Dubuque at 7:15 this evening, which is crazy to say. It feels like we've been here a long time today, but there's still 2 games left to play on this Channel Seeds field before day's end after this. Kudelka, great patience, draws herself a trip down to first base with the free bag, and one aboard with 1 out for Alex Mulkey now, who hit a hard single out into left for the first hit of this game.
She'd like to do that again.
Kudelka, the left fielder, a little bit of speed out there. 9 stolen bases. See if Coach Ostendorf has her play a bit aggressive from first. Bunt shown. It's going to stay fair, bobbled and aboard, and no one covering third, heads up running, no one covering second, and that's just smart base running by the Comets.
When you're on first and they lay down a bunt, your goal is always to get to third base. So brilliant base running, that's their habit. That's not by accident. And then to follow that up with turning the corner on first when there's a bobble and a confusion. That ball was fair, and there was what was the spin on that ball?
It looked pretty straight. I don't know that it was going to drift. I think it was the right idea by Williams. She crashes down from third, just can't corral it cleanly. But you've got to also have awareness maybe as the left fielder to come in on that, or your shortstop's got to make the curl around one way or the other.
And that's one thing when teams are playing so many games, those are the drills that you don't get to as much, is that extra coverage in those situations, because you play so many games and there is a lot of heat and you're in batting practice so much that you don't get to practice all these unique situations you find yourself in.
Audrey Lucas, a big chance here to build on this 1-run lead with 2 ducks on the pond. Lucas stays away from ball 1 outside.
How about the jump on second by Mulkey?
Again, both bases left unoccupied and uncovered.
That was frustrating for Lucas. I'm sorry, for Klepprich.
The 1-0 on the way from McIlvain. Shows bunt. Beautiful bunt. And that's an infield single from Audrey Lucas.
That is the bunt of the day right there. There's been a lot of bunts. That was absolute perfection.
We've seen plenty of them. And that brings up Harper Lincoln with the bases juiced. A big opportunity for the third baseman on the Comets. Flew out to second, back in the second inning.
The outfield moves in just a step, so it stays pretty deep, and here comes the infield.
A little blooper out into right would go a long way here.
Here's we always have to think about, if you catch a foul ball, make sure your angle's right, because they will be tagging up on third base to score.
Harper Lincoln takes ball 1 up and in. And this is a big opportunity for McIlvain, too, to dig deep and find out what she's made of early on in her career. Just an 8th grader. She's been good so far. Certainly done her job in the circle. Kinley McIlvain sets. Shown pulled back again, and there's a strike on the inner half.
She's really working that inside pitch.
Doesn't want to give the Comets a chance to really barrel one up square. Wouldn't shock me if she came back up and out maybe a little bit here with Harper Lincoln. Harper Lincoln, the suicide squeeze, and it's executed to perfection. Harper Lincoln, the bunt, dies perfectly. Kudelka comes in to score 3-1. It's North Polk in front.
Kudelka scores on the bunt single by Lincoln.
And McIlvain couldn't even get the out at first base. There was a lot of thinking. That was a cloudy head almost, but because she wanted to go home, but she had no time. And by the time she realized that, she couldn't even turn and go 1.
Ball just died right in front of her and brings up Tessa Dillinger, who walked and came around to score on the 2-run jack by Muth in the second. 3-1. Bases still loaded, just 1 out. And Dillinger will sit and watch that as the zone is missed heavily by McIlvain. (1-0). And still living out that way, but needs to bring it in a bit is McIlvain as she finds ball 2. (36th trip to the state tournament for the Clippers, most of any Iowa high school team. And there's a strike. Brings it to a 2-1 count to Dillinger here. She had the long at bat before drawing the walk.
2-1 pitch here with 1 out, bases loaded. This is kind of the dream right here for Tessa Dillinger.
2-1. Bunt shown, pulled back, strike 2. And again, I don't know, I think it's one of those spots where I'd like to see Dillinger swing away at a pitch like that. A changeup through the zone is one you can barrel up nicely.
I agree. It's almost like she had a take sign on that.
A 2-2.
Now you have to protect.
1 down, McIlvain trying to get out of the jam without any more damage being done. Dillinger will take ball 3. Full count, nowhere to put her.
Just like last inning. Last inning, full count after a lot of foul balls and walked and eventually scored.
So here we sit, full count, nowhere to put her. Runners don't necessarily have to move a ton. And a swing and a miss, a great pitch by McIlvain to attack Dillinger for strike 3.
McIlvain coming through in the clutch. What a pitch out of that full count.
Here's Reese Smithy, who tagged the fly out to left. Schulte just made a nice play. Outfield sitting back in left is Schulte. Wants everything in front of her. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Clippers trying to get out of the jam. Change up, a little grip too tightly. Sails on McIlvain for ball 1.
Yeah, that release wasn't as she wanted.
I don't envy pitchers. I'm just going to put that out there. It's a tough spot to be.
Well, you need to pitch every single day. That's what you need to do, about 9 or 10 months a year.
That ball fouled back. Our home plate umpire in Jeff Foster going to give the catcher a bit of a moment here in Clapperich to just collect herself as it was fouled off her noggin. And again, a mutual respect between umpires and catchers. Catchers do the same as umpires may take a foul ball here or there. For all you kids watching at home, take note. Just a nice little courtesy. Nice shot by Jeff Foster checking in on her too. So we sit with a 1-1 count. And a big spot here for Reese Smithy. Smithy shows bunt, tries to lay it down. It's fouled back. And a 1-2 count. North Polk trying to get sneaky again with another bunt in for a run on the suicide squeeze.
But too late to show. She didn't give herself a chance there. Interesting idea again. But Smithy not able to lay that bunt down.
McIlvain. A 1-2 count now ahead. Can control things here. Fouled back, another good battle by Smithy. I will say this, McIlvain's thrown a lot of pitches through 3 innings thus far.
She has, and she pitched yesterday. But she's sharp.
4 pitchers on the roster. Timmerman and the 2 McIlvains have eaten up all but 1 game this season in the circle. That one will skip in. Good trust by Clapperich, or for Clapperich to field that one. As the changeup found the dirt. It's another aspect. Pitchers have to have a lot of trust in their catchers when they're maybe throwing something a little different.
Right, and you see the connection here with Clapperich and McElvain. So much trust and confidence that Clapperidge exudes to McElvain.
2-2 up in the zone, nowhere to put her. It's a full count for Reese Smithy. You got to protect here as a batter, but you also can't overprotect in some aspects. It's a fine line to toe as a batter.
Outfield up. Something's going to happen on this pitch.
Runners will be moving. The payoff on the way for McElvain. Smithy shoots it over to the left side. Backhand play, throw to third in time. And McElvain minimizes the damage as one run comes across in that third inning. 3 left on base. It's a 3-1 game heading to the home half of 3 for Clear Creek Amana, due up on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Clear Creek Amana finds themselves in a 2-run hole, but the good news for them, offense tends to be the name of the game. A .360 batting average as a team, and they lead all of Class 4A with 97 doubles and have 152 bases stolen this season. So, offense, they know they can create it. It's just whether or not you can get to Bird in this situation.
Right, and how about the wherewithal between shortstop Schulte and third base Williams to get that force out at 3? Obviously could go anywhere, but that is a higher stakes play and a nice execution by them.
Good read by Schulte on that. Knows she's working to her right as that ball's looped over to short, fielded cleanly. Mulkey throw over, and what a stretch over there by Dillinger.
It is. Nice charge as well by Mulkey.
Gets Timmerman out on the 6-3. And Brenna Williams now steps in.
That brings up third baseman Brenna Williams.
Bird missing inside.
Williams there to hit. You never know when she might lay down a bunt, especially with the corners playing so deep on her.
And missing the zone again is Bird. One thing you certainly don't want to do if you're the Comets is put a runner on base and start giving Clear Creek Amana this idea that they can creep back into it 1 run at a time.
Right, especially with Brenna Williams and the experience that she brings on the bases.
That'll find the zone for strike 1, a 2-1 count now.
Good off-speed pitch as Mallory Bird mixes things up.
So 2-1 to Brenna Williams with 1 down. She shoots it back up the middle. Diving snare, throw over. Can't be squeezed by Dillinger. A great play with range from Mulkey. But no less, Williams aboard with 1 out.
She went after that quickly, and Moakley got it so cleanly. I didn't think she had a chance, and she did.
Has a great arm over there at short. Dillinger tried to make the stretch, just flexed out of the glove. That brings us with 1 out to Kyla Schulte. Had the walk. Again, the one player that's probably safe to walk, though she did come around to score the 2nd run of this game.
But she's here to hit.
Or the 1st run, I'm sorry.
Yeah, batting over 500.
1-0, 2-0. And I think Bird got that scouting report on her with 2 balls here. She's seen 6 straight pitches out of the zone, has Kyla Schulte. There's ball 3.
Yeah, Mallory Bird very careful what strike she even wants to give Kyla Schulte. Anything close, it's going to be hit well.
That'll find the zone. First strike she's seen makes it a 3-1 count. A few other scores. Let's take a look at the 5A bracket really quick. Waukee Northwest tops DCG 4-1 on the winner's side. Meanwhile, Kennedy tops Pleasant Valley 7-1. So it'll be DCG and Kennedy. As that ball shot. What a snag at second by Fjelland. Couldn't quite double it off to corral the throw over, but what a leaping grab. Ava Fjelland.
It's a fun catch. It was on such the outer part of that snow cone part of her glove that she couldn't even control it. But how about Kyla Schulte? A great at bat there. It's an out, but the pitch is on the outside of the plate. She steps towards it, takes it to the opposite side of the field, and it's a really good defensive play.
This one shot over to Fjelland again. She's going to throw over to Dillinger. Plenty of time for out number 3. 1 left on base, no runs, 1 hit, and we head to the top of 4 with a 3-1 ball game.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines, it's a trip. Make it yours.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/wecare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Back at Channel Seeds Field. Thanks again to the Iowa Farm Bureau for presenting the 2026 Girls State Softball Tournament as sole title sponsor of Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Farm Bureau recognizes athletic and academic achievement on the field and in the classroom, helping to nurture Iowa's future leaders. We hit the top of the 4th. And McIlvain stays in the circle and going to try and get back to work with Leah Muth, who had the 2-run shot in the 3rd. Fouls that one back to the netting. Quick look at the 3A bracket. Williamsburg falls to the 4-seed Mount Vernon in the winner's side, 5-1 there. PCM knocks out West Liberty in an elimination game, so it'll be PCM versus Williamsburg tonight at 7:45 over at Iowa Central Field.
That one surprises me.
I saw it. Your face says it all.
Well, Williamsburg scored 15 runs yesterday, and they've won state the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Is it 3 years in a row?
Yep.
So their coach, of course, a math teacher, so a lot of statistics put in and numbers, like even before you steal, they already know the percentages that you'll be safe. But Mount Vernon, an outstanding team.
100%. We sit with a 1-1 count here until Leah Muth. She pops that one sky high. It's a skyscraper coming in from center into the infield. Why not from Timmerman to make the play? Probably the easiest angle on it.
Yes, especially with the wind coming in. I said earlier, center fielders get whatever ball they want. They own it all. If they call it, everybody else backs off.
That'll bring up Ava Fjelland. Made that incredible leaping grab an inning or half inning ago.
And she brings the defense in, especially the second baseman, with this slap attack.
That's up and away. Quick look at the 2A bracket. Iowa City Regina tops Cardinal 6-2 on the winner's side. Grandview Christian over Hinton 7-4. So GVC keeps their season alive. They'll take on Cardinal at 7 o'clock tonight on Hy-Vee Field.
And here's Carly Nash, almost even with the pitcher here.
Ball 2. Fielen, patient.
A lot of ways to attack this defensively when a slapper comes up. And we look at Clear Creek Amana here. Left center is the center field. All the outfielders come in, as it won't be as much of a power hitter. And then third base in tight. Second base going deep with first base there. Pasbrig plays behind first base, as you can see. And then Schulte comes in a step or two inside of the baseline.
Fielen sits with a 2-1 count. McIlvain trying to calm some things down after giving up a run an inning ago, and a swing and a miss by Fielen. Looked like she was guessing a bit there.
Well, Kinley McIlvain kept that in the outside of the plate, making it more difficult to bump and run, if you will, or make contact and get down the first baseline.
Fielen sits 2-2. McIlvain set to deal. That's looped out to center. No need to move for Timmerman. She corrals out number 2. Busy inning here for Timmerman out in center.
She loves it.
Just like every center fielder does.
Hit it to me again, she says. But that you can tell, just the ball and the bat contact right there. I mean, Fielen basically just stuck her bat out, and it popped out really to mid-center field.
Shows you how much power McIlvain is dealing with in that circle for the Clippers. Cleaver shows bunt late. Pulls it back, ball 1. We'll take a gander at the 1A bracket really fast as well. Southeast Warren falls to Edgewood, 8-5 in that game. And then West Monona drops one to Exira EHK out of him. Not sure if you caught the score from Southeast Warren versus West Monona yesterday. So that's fouled back to the net, 21-8. A state record for runs in a game between those two teams.
I did. I saw that because Andy Pollock was on the call. Here he is trying to make state records.
Right. He had a long game yesterday with Clarksville and North Butler. That one went 15 innings.
15 innings.
12-11 final in that one that saw Clarksville advance. And we sit 1-1 right now here to Cleaver. Cleaver pops it up, and a diving grab. What a play by Williams, laying out and making the basket catch. Brenna Williams, have yourself a day.
Fantastic defense by the Clippers.
That is out number 3. We sit 3-1 going to the home half of 4 on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Looks like another perfect day to get out there and enjoy the summer.
It's easy to choose.
Iowa State Fair, August 13th through the 23rd.
Well, whoever's spinning the tunes here today on Channel Seeds Field has been on point. We just got out of Jesse's Girl. Hello, Rick Springfield. And getting rolling right away with Bird and a strike to Carly Nash to start inning number, or the bottom half of 4. Nash 0 for 1 today. A ground out to short. Mulkey's been busy over there. That one's popped up. Foul territory and nicely handled by Lincoln for out number 1.
Yeah, Harper Lincoln calls off Audrey Lucas, the catcher, right away, which is her job to do.
catcher, Caroline
I think every catcher out there would much prefer everybody else calling off because it is a much more difficult play for any catcher to make moving forward towards the ball.
It is. It just doesn't always happen. Again, something else you need to practice often.
Caroline Clapperich takes strike one as well. And a good job here by Mallory Bird to work ahead early in these counts. Wasn't something she had done a lot of early in this one. That one well out in front. Change up gets Clapperich to swing and well out in front down the third baseline.
Clapperich, just a sophomore.
Sits with an 0-2 count. Bird deals. It's a good miss. And a reminder, we still have 2 games left on the evening here at Channel Seeds Field. Carlisle and Fort Dodge set for the 5 p.m. tilt. Both of them winning yesterday in very different fashion. Carlisle with a nail-biter against this North Polk team. Fort Dodge had the bats rolling early and often, and they just flexed their muscles here in their hometown.
They did. In 3 of the innings, had 4 runs. So 12-2, that's a big win.
And then North Polk, Clear Creek, Amana here. That ball popped up.
I think that Fort Dodge win was the biggest differential and the most points scored, most runs scored yesterday.
And a reminder, loser of this one does not have to play another game today. They'll wait till 10:15 tomorrow. The 7:15 game on this field will be Western Dubuque and Burlington. Both of those teams have losses to ADM, the top seed in Class 4A. Missing the zone there. A 2-2 count here to Clapperich. Now you've kind of seen everyone in this bracket, Joanna. What teams really, is that ball shot through the middle? Clapperich says, pause a moment, Mr. Schaefer, as I need to get on base with the single out into center.
Well, when you get to this point, usually you have 2 very solid pitchers, right? We have some of the top pitchers. In the last game, they had 1-2 with ADM and Western Dubuque with the most strikeouts. And then you have to be creative from there. So the experience of the coaches using those bunts has been very advantageous and difference makers in these tight matches.
A reminder, ADM will have to get through both of those teams they've beaten already in tomorrow's 12:30 contest. They get the winner of Western Dubuque and Burlington again. I think we got a courtesy runner down there at first. Malia Hollenbeck, the freshman, steps in. Again, all substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Want to learn more? Visit imtins.com.
Charlotte Trevino with that nice single in the second inning. She wants to follow up with another single here to get the bats going with 1 out. A little rally here to get something on the board in this 4th inning.
That'll miss the zone. A 1-1 count here to Charlotte Trevino. Haven't been a lot of extra base hits today either, outside of the home run in this one. And earlier today, didn't see a lot of extra bases either. That ball shot over to the right side. The only option is to go to first, but can't be fielded cleanly by Fjelland. And aboard is Trevino, showing the wheels.
We talked about running through first base. So a great job by Charlotte Trevino there, running through first base. An interesting point, though, she turned to the left once she ran through and got to the grass. She's live.
You got to be careful with those.
So you got to be careful. She was live. You tag her, and she's out on that. So I'm not sure why she didn't turn to the right and turn to the left instead.
Sometimes a slight mental lapse. No less. There's only 1 out right now. Clear Creek Amana tying run and sits at first as Kinsey Schulte steps in and fouls one off. Grounded out to the pitcher and Bird. Back in the second inning. Hayden Frost on deck. There's a little bloop back to Bird as well. Ended the second inning. Right now the Clippers showing some life in the batter's box. Schulte watches. There's a strike across the heart of the zone, and Kinsey Schulte now in an 0-2 hole.
And that's kudos to Mallory Bird. Just bringing the heat, getting ahead in the count here, especially when it matters with these two base runners.
Schulte lifts it. Fielen parks underneath. Can of corn. It was an infield fly. Out number 2 brings up Hayden Frost, and this is a chance you don't necessarily want to waste if you're the Clippers, being in a 2-run hole right now.
Right, and that's another situation with Kinsey Schulte up with that last out. If you bunt her, she can still be the out, but then you advance your runners. So that's the risk you take by letting them swing away.
Strategy comes in so big this time of year. And we're going to get a pinch hitter. Looks like, let me see, again, substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Adeline Sheets, the sophomore, batting .398. And co-head coaches in Kohlberg and Moss recognizing the importance of this at bat. That ball fouled back by Sheets. So Frost, after a nubber in her first at bat, being replaced in the order by Sheets. This season, 8 walks, no home runs. Runners taking a big jump off of second with the 1-1 count now.
Big at bat here with 2 outs. You don't want to leave 2 runners on if you're the Clippers.
And she takes that for ball 2.
Can see her go through the zone as a slapper here.
That ball grounded over to second. Fielen makes the play. Quick throw. Had to be on top of it as Sheets had some wheels. But they do get out of the inning. The Fielen to Dillinger connection ends it. And we sit 3-1 going to the top of 5 on the Girls Union Network.
Excuse me, man. You dropped this.
Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why they are the proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing girls state softball tournament. They believe that by investing in our youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. Leading things off, Kadelka steps in, toward the top of the order. Her third plate appearance, she had a walk in her second at-bat, struck out back in the first. Ava Kadelka, left fielder, shows bunt, takes ball outside.
Yeah, Kadelka, Mulkey, and Lucas with 2, 3, 4. North Polk has to be excited about this top of the 5th inning.
Chance to build on the 2-run lead. They were part of that 1-run third that saw the bases get loaded up, just could not capitalize.
Yeah, Kadelka walked with 1 out, so had a very good at bat and ended up scoring.
Shows bunt, pulls back, takes ball 2 up high. Alex Mulkey on deck. 2 for 2 on the day with a couple of singles. One got out into the left field, the other just an infield bunt. And there's strike 1 now to Kudelka. Again, forcing McIlvain to throw a few more pitches. Kinley McIlvain. Deals the 2-1. That's up and away. Good patience again by Kudelka. She's worked herself into a hitter's count. And an opportunity here to get a leadoff runner on base.
3-1. This should be a base hit if it's anything close. Advantage Kudelka here.
Shows bunt, going to pull it back again. Offers at it. It's popped up. It drifting into foul territory. And again, a tough read over there. Passbrig didn't get her eyes on it. That's probably her play to make. Nash was coming over as fast as she could from second.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Lizzie Passbrig. She kind of went straight to the left and then tried to go back. She actually turned 360, which that makes it really difficult. You just have to drop step with your left foot and try to get behind it. But the wind definitely a factor on that ball.
Full count now. Kudelka, ball 4. She's aboard. 1 on base with no outs, and Alex Mulkey steps in.
Another outstanding at bat by Ava Kudelka to get on for her team.
Again, Clear Creek Amana entered this tournament as the 6 seed, North Polk the 7. Went chalk in the first round. 1-4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 as the bunt's laid down. It stays fair and nearly beating it out. That's a great play. And then a great slide on the far side by Kudelka into third. Nice job, though, to Klapperich, who got off out of the squat, onto the ball, throw down in time.
She did. That was a very short bunt, so you go to 1. There was nobody at third, and so Passbrig had to wait and wait. But how smart was Kudelka? It wasn't just that she got there. She went all the way around the backside like we talked to use her hand to come back around and not get tagged. Excellent base running.
And again, something that the Clippers may want to chat about after this half inning is base coverage in some of those bunt situations as Lucas takes the ball 1 high.
Yeah, that definitely exposes things when there is no one there, and a little moment of panic by Passbrig, like, I want to throw it, and I would get her out, but no one's there to cover.
And really, it's on the shortstop to cover when your corners crash in those spots. So a 1-0 here to Lucas. She'll take ball 2. Lucas 1 for 2. Had a bunt single herself. Did get the third out in the third inning, going from second to third. Audrey Lucas battling with McIlvain here. McIlvain starting to taper a bit, has had some control issues here in the 5th. They do have Adeline McIlvain, the junior, as well in the arsenal, along with Elizabeth Timmerman, should they need to dip into it. A 3-0 on the way. And there's ball 4. Another free trip down to first. Runners now sit on the corners. 2 walks in this inning. I'd imagine that the Clippers may want to start thinking about who's going to step into the circle next if Kinley McIlvain continues this progression.
Yeah, and here's a situation where you're on first and third. You still ride away with Audrey Lucas from first to second. She has 10 stolen bases on the season.
Harper Lincoln shows bunt, pulls back, runner goes. Ball gets away, so now runners sit in scoring position as Lucas does advance. Harper Lincoln had the RBI bunt single in the third. Brought in Kudelka.
Again, a great job by the catcher, Carolyn Klapperich, to stop the ball. It got away from her a little bit, but just a few feet to not let the Comets score easily.
Lincoln Shows bunt, lays it down the first base line. It stays fair. No tag. Kadelka slides in safe. Lincoln is safe at first. Lucas to third. And look at the heads up running once again by the Comets. Harper Lincoln all the way to second. And runners stay in scoring position for the Comets, now leading 4-1. Another beautiful bunt. Tough play for Passbrigg to try and make the tag.
It is, but again, we talked about having two hands on the ball to put your glove out there with the ball in it. When the runner is coming through you is very dangerous to do, and you don't have good control over that.
And again, great base running. You can clearly tell the Comets and Coach Addie Ostendorf have really made a point to say we're going to be aggressive on the base paths.
Yeah, and when you send that runner on to second, you want a play on that so that you can score the runner from third. That's the risk you're taking, and you don't ever want to run into an out there if they throw it to second. You want to get yourself into a pickle to get your base runner from third home.
So 2 sit on the pond for Tessa Dillinger, who has a walk and a strikeout. And I wouldn't be shocked to see another bunt here from the Comets. Dillinger shows, squares. Barrel goes under a little bit, and that's one of those two. Joanna, if you see it, you're always taught move the whole bat down, both hands. Don't just try and drop the barrel.
No, that's where you bend your knees.
Work top down.
And you can't see us, but we're both bunting
yes.
here as we watch. He's right-handed. I'm left-handed, but there we go. Oh, nice tap.
Pushed foul, and Dillinger nearly placed that perfectly, and a little collision there. Williams gets up. No worse for the wear. They'll check on her.
And that's just part of the game right there. Audrey Lucas on third, running in foul territory like she's supposed to, and that's part of the game right there when the foul ball is in that location. It's unfortunate, but no harm, no foul on that.
No malice
collision.
Intended, certainly.
Thank you. Lucas slowed down just a bit before that collision because there was no play on it.
Tessa Dillinger now sits in a hole, and another chance for McIlvain to work out of a bit of a jam here with 2 in scoring position at second and third. A swing and a miss induces the strikeout for out number 2 from Dillinger. Brings up Reese Smithy. She's hit the ball hard twice today. But this would be another big win in my book for McIlvain if she can minimize this damage to just one run once again.
Right, 4-1 still keeps it in reach.
McIlvain waiting for her signal from the dugout. Two down, 2 aboard. Reese Smithy shows bunt, pops it up. Can't be fielded cleanly, and Smithy's aboard. Another run comes in from Audrey Lucas, and it's 5-1, and we got a pickle over there in the base path. Another Comets run comes in, and that's executed to perfection by Reese Smithy.
That's exactly the same situation we were talking about. Great job of getting herself in a pickle, and don't get out before your runner from third base scores. Brilliantly played.
You could see Smithy's eyes locked in on Harper Lincoln to make sure she crossed home. Makes it a 6-1 game. 3 runs come across the dish, and it's a big lead for the Comets going into the bottom of 5 on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Life's buzzing with energy. From the delightfully routine, to the novel and exciting, to the truly uncharted. With all that life brings, it's easy to lose track of what powers all those moments, our health. At Mercy One, our caring doctors focus on just that, powering health, from the everyday to the extraordinary. So you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Well, the Comets have stretched their lead to 5, and the Clippers bats need to find some life here in the home half of the 5th. No better time for it, though, than the top of the order. Elizabeth Timmerman due up, led off with a single in the first. You're going to go Brenna Williams, then Kyla Schulte, and this is the most dangerous part of this lineup for Bird to try and navigate through. The 1-0. That ball hit hard, but it's going to hold up in the wind. Having to adjust to it was Cleaver. There's out number 1.
Yeah, it dropped shorter than she expected, but she stayed with it well.
Again, that wind blowing in out of the north, straight out of center field. Brings up Brenna Williams, a single in her last plate appearance, fired one right back up the heart of this defense.
Clippers need to get things going here with Williams.
That'll miss the zone for ball 1. Mallory Bird today has let her defense help her out in every which way. Does not have a strikeout, but she's been sharp in the circle again, putting that trust on the rest of her Comets. That misses the zone as well. A 2-0 count here for Brenna Williams, and not something you want to do is put one aboard with the dangerous Kyla Schulte.
This is a third at bat as we come through the lineup here in the 5th inning. So even more confidence as Brenna Williams gets ready to go with this 3-0 count.
I'm sure the take sign will be on. Again, Kyla Schulte, we've sang her praises plenty today, but certainly deserves them. 74 RBIs to go with 29 walks this season. And there's a strike into Williams with 1 out.
Sometimes that hurts not to hit that pitch.
You wish there was just an infinite green light on 3-0s, huh?
No, I don't. But it still hurts to not take that pitch.
Yes.
And rip it.
Instead, Williams will draw the walk. 1 on, 1 out. Kyla Schulte steps in.
Nice patient at bat there by Brenna Williams to get on first base.
And this is a batter that can change the layout of this game in one swing. Bird's been cautious around her, though. She did induce the line out to Fjelland. But she's going to keep working away from Schulte's wheelhouse, as that's going to stay low and out.
At the plate now, left fielder Kyla Schulte.
She's only taken 1 strike so far in her 3 at-bats here.
There's a strike on the outside part of the plate, and that's where Bird has lived against Schulte. Just trying to toe that line.
And that's our first throw down to first to try to pick somebody off there, Lucas to Dillinger.
Just keeping Williams honest down at first base. Schulte, kiss it goodbye. In the wheelhouse, right on cue, a 2-run shot makes it a 3-run game.
Kyla Schulte, home run. Brenna Williams scores, Schulte scores.
And there's the pat on the helmet that everybody wants to have. How about Kyla Schulte, Coach Moss, again singing her praises coming into this state tournament about what a great leader she is, what a great hitter she is, all those RBIs stacking up. But this goes back to even taking that 3-0 count pitch by Brenna Williams and then going 3-1, getting another ball, walking, getting on base for a 2-run homer, setting it up perfectly for Kyla Schulte.
And that's a pitch Bird can't afford in a 1-1 count there. You've got enough room to play with, but that was right in the heart of the zone for Kyla Schulte. Granted, anything near the zone is probably in the wheelhouse for Schulte.
That was the best pitch she had seen all day, and she drove it beautifully there to left center field.
Lizzie Passbrigg now going to try and continue where her teammate left her off. Sits with a 1-1 count, and Bird going to try and regroup after giving up the 2-run shot. There's ball 2 up high. Walks, certainly a difference maker today, and across the multiple games we've seen, they've had a massive impact. Just goes to show there isn't a lot of room for error for these pitchers.
You have to keep it close to the strike zone without ever putting it right down the middle.
Passbrig's ground ball over to the left side. Plenty of time for Lincoln to go to Dillinger, out number 2 on the 5-3.
Well played there by Lincoln.
Carly Nash, the 5-hole hitter. Looking for her first hit of this afternoon's contest against the Comets. Grounded out to short, flew out to third. And we sit with 2 down. Mallory Bird, just a couple blemishes on the score sheet for her as she misses the zone there. And really for Kyla Schulte, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when she's going to tag one.
I agree. Patient, waiting for her third time up to rip one deep.
And that's Schulte's 24th home run of the season. That one hit hard, but right to Cleaver out in center. But 2 runs come across on 1 hit, none left on base. It's a 6-3 game going to the top of the 6th. Comets are due up on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
So we move right along into the top of the 6th. The 8-9-1 hitters up for the Comets. It'll be Leah Muth to lead things off. One of our two-run home runs on this afternoon's game. The only 2 home runs hit on Channel Seeds Field on this Tuesday have come in this 4A matchup between Clear Creek Amana and the North Polk Comets. And both hit to the same region of the field, too, on a rope, just piercing through.
Yes, where the wind doesn't affect those hits because they're line shots.
If you can keep them under the tree line, it might help you out just a hair. And McIlvain re-enters the circle once again to go for the 6th inning here. Muth, the right fielder. We'll let that one skip into the mitt of Clapperich.
Well, the Clippers needed those 2 runs to keep it closer here at a 6-3 differential.
The 1-0 on the way. Muth lays off of it for ball 2.
Another interesting point is when you look at the home runs, it's not just the 4 batters. It used to just be the 4 or 5 batters, right? It really did. Muth is what? She's 8
She's
in the lineup.
8-hole hitter, yeah.
Okay. I mean, Schulte is 3, so you got to give her that.
Right.
And I like that she's in the 3 position and not the 4. She just gets another few at-bats throughout the season.
Muth takes strike 1. Paints the corner, does McIlvain. Kinley McIlvain, again, has not pitched a terrible game by any means. Just needs a little bit more pick-me-up from that defensive unit. And this game would look a little bit different. But how big now? Let's revert back to that run by Harper Lincoln to come across during the rundown at the end of the top of the 5th. That is a crucial 6th run.
So well played.
That ball hit back and having to take a step back and dropped out in center field by Timmerman. And Muth will take the error to get on base.
It is an odd trajectory with this wind. It's at the high ball, and then she was under it there, Timmerman was, and then it comes back in, which you can't practice that.
No.
That's hard.
She does a nice job taking her first step back like every outfielder should. But again, I think it hangs up there so long it just starts to drift a little bit more on you than you want it to.
Right, and it's going in front of you at an odd angle. It's a difficult catch.
No less. Comets will take it. A leadoff runner on base, Ava Fielen. A few more errors in this game compared to what we saw earlier today.
Pinch runner number 11. Oh, Olivia Bowman running for a move at first. Pinch runner.
And here comes Fielen putting this pressure on the defense. Runner on first base. She's going to slap and try to put it in play.
Olivia Borman is the courtesy runner. Substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. See if we can get some speed out of the 8th grader at first. As Fielen shows bunt, pulls back. And again, North Polk more than content to continue to test this Clear Creek Amana defense.
Yeah, they just want to be the aggressor at all times. You talk about in basketball controlling the tempo. They're doing the same thing by being so aggressive and making the defense change where they are. Look at Nash in front of the pitcher here as she pounces on this ball.
Another great bunt and does beat the throw down, does Fielen. Runners advance as we sit with runners at first and second now on the infield single.
And Williams played that cleanly.
Fielen just used the wheels and another beautiful bunt. Again, it's something that's clearly drilled by this North Polk team. Sometimes you can have the best defense in the world, but a great bunt may still tie you up. No outs, 2 on. And North Polk showing another one with Maddie Cleaver in the leadoff. She pulls back for ball 1.
And now they go back to their bunt coverage, bringing in the first baseman, Passbrigg, where their slap coverage is different, and they bring in Nash.
So Olivia Borman sits at second, the pinch runner. As Cleaver looks on, shows bunt again, lays it down nicely, fielded cleanly by Williams. Williams makes the throw, and just in time, but job well done by Maddie Cleaver to advance the runners a bag.
She's out at first by a hair.
That ball looked a little bobbled too in the glove on the coverage at first.
Yes, and Brenna Williams at third base. It's usually a hot corner. This is a hot corner is in pressure, the heat of the pressure. She has to field those so cleanly to get the out.
Ava Kudelka's drawn 2 walks on this day. She shows bunt, pulls back, lets it ride inside for ball 1. Did strike out in her first plate appearance back in the first inning. Alex Mulkey has had the hot bat waiting in the on-deck circle. Kudelka steps back in. 2 ducks on the pond. A 1-0 count with 1 down. McIlvain in another hairy spot. That'll paint the inside corner for strike 1. And a 1-1 count to Kudelka. That's not a ball that's going to be easy to bunt either way. I don't mind the pullback.
No, she didn't want to bunt that one. Depending on her angle as well, that's a hard ball to take down the left side of the field.
Kudelka lays it right towards second. Going to force a fielding play by Passbrigg. She handles it for out number 2, but another run does cross as Borman trots home.
A bunt RBI. Sacrifice there.
2 down. And I think Addie Ostendorf, the head coach for the North Polk Comets, just saying, let's build this lead, get into a comfortable insurance spot with 2 innings. Now it's Alex Mulkey. See if she has the green light here. Infield standard depth for Clear Creek Amana. Mulkey gets a barrel on it. It's going to drift and off the fence. That one Passbrigg committed to, and I don't blame her for flinching. That could go one of 2 ways. So an 0-1. Again, McIlvain doing a good job to limit the damage here.
McIlvain ahead in the count, keeping her composure.
That ball chopped to short, backing up, but making the throw over and in time is Kinsey Schulte. Out number 3, but another run crosses the dish. One left on base. And we sit 7-3 going to the home half of 6 on the Girls Union Network.
Ready? Let's go.
Mom, over here. Yeah, this kind of thing can happen when you're hiking, but no worries, Mom. I can prescribe something to soothe the itch.
Unity Point Health looks at your family's health from your point of view, offering same-day appointments with expertise focused on what matters most to you. Unity Point Health, expert care focused on you.
Trying to crash that ball and attack it, and she played it really well.
That was a lovely play over at shortstop as we come back in. Handled wonderfully there by Kinsey Schulte. So often, you said it, what's the mindset of a shortstop on those ground balls typically?
You're always attacking, you're crashing, you're attacking the ball to cut the distance between you and first base, but you're also playing the hop, and that's what she did there. She actually took a step back to play that hop, and it was well played. So that's one to look at again, because that's how you do it. Doesn't happen very often that you do need to take a step back, but that's the experience and the wisdom there of Kinsey Schulte.
Trusting her arm, too, to make that fast throw over. Made the transfer cleanly. And again, McIlvain has navigated some potentially damaging spots nicely in the circle.
Again, going back to Coach Ma saying the confidence that you have as a young pitcher to know that the defense is behind you like that, and that was demonstrated so well in the last out.
So it's Caroline Klipperich. She had a single in the 4th, out to center. She's hit the ball well. She'll stay away from that one, though, as Bird sends it a little bit out of the zone, up and away. Again, a different pace to this one compared to what we saw in the ADM Western Dubuque. From both pitchers, I'd say. We saw, obviously, Vasky likes to work quick as that ball's hit hard, and that's going to get all the way out to the wall on a one-hop by Klapperich. She's rounding first and stands up at second for the leadoff double. And a big hit there by the Clear Creek Amana catcher.
Time for the Clippers to get the bats going, and Klapperich starts it off as she runs in to get a lot of high fives.
And a reminder, extra base hits in today's game brought to you by Channel Seeds. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise.
And running for the Clipper catcher is number 11, Malia Hollenbeck.
Substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Well, here in the top of the 6th, Clear Creek Amana finding some life offensively. Takes strike 1, does Charlotte Trevino. Trevino has reached twice, once on a single, another on an error.
Look for her to put the ball in play again for a 3 out of 3.
Strike 2 to Trevino. Hollenbeck holding tightly to second there.
0-2, advantage here to Mallory Bird in the circle.
Bird deals the 0-2, and that's a little too far outside even for her catcher and Lucas to corral. Malia Hollenbeck over to third. And now a runner in a threatening spot here with no outs, and Clear Creek Amana trying to just claw their way back into this 4-run deficit. Trevino a 1-2 count. That's up and away, 2-2. Trevino's going to make Bird earn it here.
Nice job by catcher Audrey Lucas with that up and away pitch.
The 2-2 from Bird. That ball shot to the right side, should plate 1 run. Fielded cleanly, throw over by Fielen. Does the job, though, does Trevino. The RBI does come in, and it's a 3-run game.
Gillen with the throw to first for out number 1. Hollenbeck scores for the Clippers.
So that brings up Kinsey Schulte.
Now, shortstop, Kinsey
A
Schulte.
pop out and a ground out to the pitcher. Schulte swings at the first pitch she sees. It's to second. Fielen does a good job tracking the high fly ball for out number 2.
Now batting right fielder, Adeline Sheets.
Adeline Sheets substituted in for Hayden Frost back in the 4th. Sheets going to try and get a 2-out rally going to see if CCA can chop into this lead anymore. She shoots it over to the right side. Fielen showing the range. Great throw. Beats the speedy Sheets. And there is out number 3. But 1 run does come across on 1 hit. None left on base. No errors for the North Polk Comets. And we sit 7-4 going into the final inning of today's contest in this 4A showdown on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Banners throughout the complex.
Will be Andre Lucas, Harper Lincoln, and Tessa Dillinger set to step into the batter's box for the Comets. Here in the top of the 7th, the Comets have a 3-run lead. May want to try and add a little bit more insurance just because this Clear Creek Amana team will be circling back to the top of their lineup here in the 7th.
Right, no lead is safe. In the last game, 3 runs were scored in the bottom of the 7th inning for the walk-off win for ADM. So North Polk definitely looking to add a few here.
The Comets of North Polk, top of the 7th, catcher.
McIlvain looking to go a complete game here. She'll start off with Audrey Lucas opposite her. Lucas, the catcher today. A walk and a single, and sees strike 1. Can hear some of the announcing going on across the Rogers complex here in Fort Dodge. That ball fouled back, and it'll find its way to the VIP lot for strike 2. Once again, 25 games being played here in Fort Dodge today. Credit to the Girls Athletic Union for really making all of this possible, keeping things moving in the double elimination brackets.
How fun it is to have a field for every class. Like, this is the 4A field. Love it. And this is me talking when there were no classes. So I'm just glad there are classes and we separate to give some of the smaller schools a chance, right, to do their thing and compete at the top level. And here are these 5 classes battling it out, working with the depth of their pitchers and the longevity of the week.
Well, and these teams get to play a game every single day this week because of how the format is. Again, it's a great thing. It makes it so worthwhile. It's not just, hey, you got to state, oh, you lost a game, sorry. It's you have a fighter's chance all the way up until that second loss. That ball popped up. It's going to drift over the top of the dugout.
And Lizzie Pasberg has been busy with all the foul balls landing on the dugout.
Audrey Lucas keeps her at-bat going with a 2-2 count. I know the baseball side of the state only were able to get in 1 game yesterday due to weather. And makes it just that much longer of a week, a tough week when you're navigating with the just lack of field resources.
It is, and then you talk about pitch count as well for the athletes.
Full count now. Lucas has earned the fill-up. And the payoff pitch on the way. McIlvain can't bring it into the zone. Lucas will trot down, and a leadoff runner aboard once again. Harper Lincoln now steps into the box, and don't be shocked to see some more small ball here from North Polk.
What an at-bat by Audrey Lucas. Full count, takes the pitch, gets the walk. Your leadoff here as your power hitter, your fourth hitter in the lineup, and leading so well.
Harper Lincoln shows bunt, takes a strike. It's a bunt and steal. That's a great slide by Lucas into second, getting around the tag and wrapping up second base.
Yeah, not an easy thing to do. Not your typical slide, or she would have been out. She comes around and has to grab hold of that bag because she was flying.
It was a strike, so we sit 0-1. Again, no outs, but again, a bunt here now puts Lucas on to third, which is a drastic difference.
Right, look for the corners to pinch here.
Harper Lincoln shows bunt, pulls back inside.
She was late in showing on that bunt. She's got to get the bat out there and get her job done and show a little quicker so she can lay one down.
Kinsey Schulte also doing a good job there at shortstop, getting over to third base to cover in case there's an attempted steal. That ball hit hard down the line, just foul. As Harper Lincoln said, you know what, I might just swing away here, Coach.
Right, and so if you're on third base, you better watch out. She's keeping Brenna Williams busy in the hot pocket there. As soon as she shows, Williams is pouncing, and when she's swinging, you can see Brenna Williams there at third base just staying equal with the bag.
So a 1-2 count to Harper Lincoln. Lincoln shows bunt, pulls back again, and that's going to stay down in the zone, 2-2. And Lincoln going to make this a battle for McIlvain once again. McIlvain hasn't had it easy in most of these at-bats, but she's battled hard as well.
She has. I even like that pitch there, a little lower in the zone, trying to squeeze one by.
2-2 count. Takes her signal from the dugout. Lincoln fires it off to the gap in left. It's going back, and what a grab at the fence by Schulte. Kyla Schulte can do it all.
Kyla Schulte, the catch, the twirl, the 360, and then she fires it on target back to second base.
And just haphazardly says, you know what, the fence is there. I got to make a play. Fearless snag out there in left. Certainly looked like it would have been a multi-base hit. Instead, it's an out, and the runner stays firmly planted at second, and Audrey Lucas brings up Tessa Dillinger.
Yeah, Harper Lincoln robbed there a bit.
Hit that ball hard. I think yesterday that ball might carry out of here, just with the way the wind was out of the south. No less.
Dillinger shows bunt on that first pitch.
Shows it again. That ball well outside the zone. Trying to frame it up was Clapperich.
You can see Timmerman out of center field coming in to cover second.
Maybe keep an eye on that for a sneaky throw behind. And 2-0 on the way for McIlvain. Shows bunt again, and that's going to paint the corner.
Great placement there. Hitting her spot is Kinley McIlvain. Keeping it outside of the zone.
2-1 count. One down. One in scoring position. That shot over to the hot corner, and we got a little bit of a run down, and nowhere for the tag to go. Ball comes out, actually, and just like that, no harm done for the Comets. Clippers want that one back as Lucas gets back to second safely.
They do. Brenda Williams had to run her back to second, so she did the right thing. That's a game-time decision there.
And they had her dead to rights, just tag, ball slides out. Sometimes it happens. So with one out, two aboard now. It's Reese Smithy who, again, has tagged the ball plenty. Shows bunt here, going to try and move runners around. Steele goes, throws high and away from Clapperich. Both runners advance, and now 2 in scoring position for Reese Smithy.
Nice jumping catch there by Brenda Williams, keeping the ball in her glove, which almost was launched to left field.
Schulte plays deep out there. Anything that gets past that glove of Williams likely plates. Audrey Lucas. The 1-0 now, 1 out. Bunt shown, popped up, making the grab behind the dish is Clapperich. Good heads-up play. Didn't waste time by throwing the helmet off or anything like that. Just tracked it right away. And there's out number 2.
Right, there was no time to get her helmet off in that situation. Nice job keeping her glove open and squeezing right on time.
Leah Muth now up, has gotten on base once, hit a home run, so she got to touch them all. And a 2-run shot to get the scoring really rolling for North Polk in the second. Here she has a chance to inflict some more pain. That ball skips in. Clapperich, nice job to gobble it up.
Muth number 8 in the lineup for North Polk. 2 outs here. 2 ducks on the pond.
That ball nubbed to short. Play's going to need to be made. Throw across. Plenty of time for Kinsey Schulte. There is out number 3. Clear Creek Amana down to their final 3 outs. They'll have a chance to try and cut into the 3-run lead and tie this thing up, even walk it off in the bottom of 7 next on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Consecutive.
Well, and a lot of those were the bunt singles.
Mm-hmm.
So, coming back here,
Unorthodox.
talking about how different of a game this has been compared to the first 2 we saw today. Pitchers duel, a back-and-forth classic with the walk-off winner for ADM, Clear Creek Amana, trying to replicate that. Talking about 13 hits in this game, and Joanna, a lot of those have been infield singles, especially for North Polk today with the way they've been bunting around their lineup.
They've done a nice job of using the bunt and putting a lot of pressure on this Clear Creek Amana defense, getting some advancement, forcing the errors, and they find themselves up 7-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. But rally caps are on for CCA.
And it's going to start at the top of the lineup. Elizabeth Timmerman, a single. She's 1 for 3 on the day. It's got to start here. Brennan Williams on deck, and the always dangerous Kyla Schulte. Again, we saw how she can change the makeup of this game with one swing of the bat in her last plate appearance. Clear Creek Amana would love nothing more than to put 2 on here for the big bat of Schulte in the 3-hole. Bird brings it into the zone for strike 1. Mallory Bird has thrown a really solid game overall today.
She's gone the distance.
That ball shot right back up the middle, and just what Clear Creek Amana needed. A leadoff single from Timmerman.
Timmerman starts things off with a single to center field. That'll bring up third baseman Brenna Williams.
Brenna Williams walked in her last at-bat. A single to center in the plate appearance before. And this game continues to keep our interest.
Williams, Schulte, Pasbrig, Nash. It's the loaded part of this lineup.
There's a strike, a nice pitch from Bird. Be curious to see if Clear Creek Amana tries to get aggressive with the speedy Timmerman on base.
And that strike I think Brenna Williams took that. It was on the inside part of the plate.
Williams, the bloop, having to get right back on the bases. Timmerman and Brenna Williams flies out.
And that's where you wish you could have that back and try a bunt instead to force the out, force the defense to make a play, and advance your runner.
We really haven't seen that game, and wisely, Coach Ostendorf says we're going to put Schulte straight down to first. So tying run comes to the dish in Lizzie Passbrigg. Today, she's gotten on once in her 3 plate appearances.
Right, she was on an air. She's put the ball in play all 3 times.
Right now, with 1 out, Clear Creek Amana certainly still has life in this 3-run game.
And that's a quick, of course, no pitches there to Kyla Schulte. She just advances to first base on the automatic walk.
That ball hit sharply, going to try and twist it up. They'll get the lead runner at the very least. Good play by Mulkey, moving to her right, takes the easy out.
And that's as fast as Timmerman could get there with a good slide into third, but was forced out on the play there from Mulkey to Lincoln.
Clear Creek Amana down to their final out. It's Carly Nash, represents the tying run still. Nash loops it out into right, having to back up, track it in, and into the mid it goes is Muth. And there is out number 3. North Polk season stays alive. A big win for the Comets as they edge Clear Creek Amana 7-4.
Great job by North Polk today, using the bunt game, the short game, putting a lot of pressure on the defense of the Clippers, and led in the circle by Mallory Bird. Not a strikeout on the day, but a great defense behind her to get the dub.
And North Polk will continue on as they look for retribution to their runner-up finish a year ago. They'll get the loser of Carlisle and Fort Dodge, whose first pitch will go out here at 5 p.m. on Channel Seeds Field. We'll stick here for the post-game awards ceremony. Let's turn it back over to Tim Fitzpatrick.
In addition to receiving medals, every participating player will receive a commemorative softball provided by Iowa Farm Bureau, title sponsor of the Girls Athletic Union. Presenting awards representing the IGHSAU staff. At this time, we'd like to congratulate head coaches Reed Kohlberg and Sammy Moss and the Clear Creek Amana Clippers on an outstanding season. And now we'd like to recognize today's Quick Star of the game, right fielder Leah Mood from North Polk. For outstanding performance, gives her the honor of advancing her team on the bracket. Thanks to Quick Star for their support of the IGHSAU. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today to support your favorite team.
Leah Muth, the MVP of the day. The 2-run home run got the Comets started. Happy to see the long ball back in this one. And, man, what a fun day it's been in 4A, and it's not over yet.
It's not. That was a great dinger by Muth as North Polk advances, and tough for the Clippers. What a season they've had. 6 seniors all doing a phenomenal job. Trevino, Williams, Pasbrigg, Schulte with a home run in this game. Timmerman and Frost. Congratulations to the Clippers.
North Polk advances. Again, another good one on the way.